What's up, guys? I hope you guys are doing pretty well. I'm personally doing fine. And first thing I want to say is don't mind my head and this, because I have a bunk bed. I have multiple fish tanks, and the reason why I got the bunk bed is because I wanted to have more fish tanks, and that's kind of like one of the things that I have to deal with now because that was my choice. I'll change my bed once I graduate and have more money and move out. So this is not the problem or the snap point. What we're gonna be doing right now is reacting to some Reddit stories and stuff. Cause I love being on Reddit, and I think my anniversary was this week, but 3 days ago. And it's my 4th years on Reddit. So the things that I really want to do is and I'll say react or give my takes, which is pretty much the same thing as reacting on some of the Reddit stories that I do be seeing every day. And I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. So I just hope you get something to eat or drink. I'll say buckle up because I really don't know if I'm gonna be there, but I don't know I'll be talking about a bunch of stuff. That's for sure because I always got something to say about anything. I don't know. Grab whatever it is you want to grab. So let's just do this. The first story says that why is it bullying versus normalized? So I've been noticing more and more that nursing has become a punch bag for everyone, and it really saddens me. People call us mean girls, unfaithful, etc., and it really bothers me. I'm not a mean girl. I was heavy bullied in my entire life. I would never cheat on my partner and never met all other nurses that would fit this criteria. Honestly, it feels awful because I know I'm being judged just because of my job. What did I ever do to you? What do you guys think about this? So first thing first, I don't want to say normalize. When you say normalize pretty much like the norm, and it's like something that has to be done, within also a facility or within a group. So has to be done one way or another. Like you just met somebody, so it's like you gotta do this. Like this needs to happen. It's normalized, and nobody gonna say anything about it. I'm gonna add nobody is gonna say anything about it because it's normalized as well. So I'm not gonna say normalized. I'll say it's tolerated. And I have multiple takes for as why is it tolerated. Like the first thing is I'll say this type of behavior is not gonna find it from your people because well, you might find some new people being bullies as well, bullies as well, but they're not really gonna say, to be honest. Like I'll say like this, behaviors you'll most like see them from all the nurses who's been on the floor for like 10 maybe 20 years, and everybody knows them, management knows them, and they've seen a lot of people coming in and out. And I don't know, for some kind of reason they get really comfortable with the job and also with themselves, and they think that they're allowed to say anything, and nobody's gonna bat an eye because they know the floor, they know the patients, they know the flow, and they're really good resources because they pretty much extra anybody that comes in the floor. So they think that hey, because I'm the oldest here, so I can pretty much like do whatever the heck I want and nobody's gonna say anything. That's actually a real thing though, and I met a couple people like this, and I wish it was a little bit different, but hey, I guess that's kind of like the price to pay, even if it's totally shitty, to be fully fair. But hey, normalized not really because it's not like something you will see on every single facilities that you're gonna go to, but most facilities you will go to, you'll find like this bully nurse will just like bully anybody, or has like a special way or maybe special character that everybody over glorify, and they just like give her like the lean way to whatever the heck she want to do. And the other thing that she said was they call us, I'm not gonna say that because I don't know how this video is gonna do. They're probably gonna take it down if I say it. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna try to blur it too. So the other thing that she said was like unfaithful. I really don't know why, but it's like a real thing though. Like the fact that nurses are unfaithful, or if you have a girl or if you have a man, he's a nurse cheating on you with the paramedic or with the EMT or the transporters. I personally don't want to say anything. I don't. Well, I brought that up and I ran out. Saying I don't want to say anything about it. I do have stories though, but it's not like something that I'll say story because it's not a lot. I think it's only one instance with related to this. And the thing is, yeah, you know what? Let's try not to do that because I still work there and I don't want anything to happen. And I don't want anything to happen to me. So, but it's a real thing though. The fact that, hey, if you are a nurse, you're unfaithful. I don't want to overgeneralize that, and I really don't know like how people generalize stuff because you haven't met everybody. My dad is a really narcissistic guy, like who thinks that the world resolve around him and stuff. But if there's like one thing that he taught me was you can't never generalize it anything or something if you haven't like see all of it. Like you haven't seen everybody, you haven't met all nurses in the world. So like how can you come to the point of saying like, hey, you know what, all nurses are unfaithful, or if you're a nurse you're unfaithful? But I know it's a real thing. Mostly when you're working night shift, they just think like, hey, you're at the hospital for 12 hours, therefore I got time to do other things such as being faithful. And I want to add that too. Like being in the hospital for 12 hours my item be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not gonna lie, I do have days where I go to work. My work is so light that I literally feel like, hey, this is easy money. So I'm literally getting paid for not doing anything because I already know what to do and I work pretty fast and I do whatever it is I have to do. And I pretty much have a bunch of downtime and my patients are good. They're not gonna be calling me all the time. They can pretty much try doing everything by themselves. So I didn't have to do as much as assistance that I would have otherwise do if it was patients who couldn't do anything by themselves. But I also do have days where I literally don't sit for 12 hours. Like I'll be running up and down for 12 hours and I'll come at home and I'll be exhausted. Or before I even start my car to drive back home, I'll have a mini breakdown because I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this? But I just remember that, hey, I only have to work 3 shifts a week, which is technically 12 days out of 30 days in the month. And then I feel way better after I take a nap. But still, so it's like, might either make you or break you. So I'm gonna close the unfaithful thing. And she also said another thing as well when it comes to what's that? Being the mean girl. Did met a couple of nurses who are a little like, hey, mean, like for no damn reason. And the craziest thing is, I really don't understand how you can be mean to someone when you generally don't know them. Because my whole thing about being mean is, I'm not gonna justify or put a okay on being mean, but I'll say that there's some instances in life where you can be mean. Like, hey, where you have this person you generally don't F with, or they've done something to you, or yeah, they've done something to you, or they lie on you and it's not true, and they literally tarnish, or they just effed up your image. I'll say like in this instance you can kind of like be mean, and show them like, hey, there is a line and you better not cross this line no more. But I really don't get the fact of being mean with everybody so that you can be known as the mean girl. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really sarcastic. I'll joke around and I'll be serious almost all the time. That's what I'm known for. But it kind of like put out that I'm mean as well, but I'm really not. I'm really not in real life. But yeah, I'll say just work on that, just work on the face, just work on how you talk to people, because yeah, not everybody's your friend and they can't just talk to people however you want, or maybe talk to people the way you think, the way you talk at home, because there's like different cultures, different practices, so you don't really know where you're meeting. You don't really know where your meeting is from. There's like things that you can do in your culture that is totally a no when it comes to their cultures. So it kind of like respect boundaries. I'll say be cordial with people, like a simple good morning, hey, whenever you see them is okay. You don't need to go past that. You don't have to make everybody your friends, because at the end of the day we realize that not everybody's like gonna like you for one reason or another. You'll have group of people who generally F with you and they like you, but you also have people who generally don't like you, and also have people who think that, hey, oh my god, they love me so much or they like me so much, like, but those people really don't like you, just showing that they like you but they don't. Like, there's a really wild type or variety of people, variety of things that are gonna happen when it comes to being healthcare mostly, and you'll try to control it because you're telling yourself, hey, we are literally taking care of people's lives, so we should be a little bit more mature, responsible when it comes to our actions, or even how we interact with people. But sadly, not the case. It's really not the case, because things like this, people in their egos and people with the pettiness, the micromanagement, and all of it just sometimes take the joy away from the shift, to be honest. And a nice shift is with people who you can pretty much like laugh for no reason anytime you see that. People you can usually say hi to you, and they will say hi to you bye, and then you're gonna ask them about a patient, and then they're gonna ask you about a patient, and then you're gonna help her do this, and then she's gonna help you do this. That's pretty much like how a nice over shift is going for me. And it don't really involve me telling about my personal life and then telling me about their personal life and us being friends for life and stuff like that. And I try not to really text people at work, outside of work, or even if I generally have reason to, because I don't want it to be really intertwined, and then we were talking about our personal lives, and then I really don't know who they are friends with, and then next thing you know, my personal life is being talked by somebody else, and it was like things I told yourself. And the craziest thing is I'm really open. Like when you do go on my social media, right? So you'll see stuff that I have going on in my life, like stuff that I'm doing, stuff I'm into. But I'm not really gonna like straight up tell you out of my mouth. Like if you're really interested, or if the algorithm somehow they make you go see my stuff, you will see them. You ask me about it, yeah, I'll say, yeah, that's for me. I do have a YouTube channel. Yes, I do have a TikTok account and stuff like that. But I'll never like go out of my way and tell like I have a YouTube channel or maybe a TikTok account, because I do believe that anything you tell people, it can turn against you. Anything you tell people can turn against you, because you don't really know who likes you and who don't like you. You don't really know how out of touch or out of range they might take whatever it is you have going on, and then boom, next thing you know, you're in trouble. So also just stay private, try not to care about it too much. You will care about it because you're human, and of course you'll feel something by just going to these things or living in the situation, but you can't really do much about it, to be honest, because you ain't gonna change someone just by talking to them. You can make them a little bit aware about what it is you're doing, but at the end of the day, it's up to the person to decide whether or not they want to change the way that they've been acting or the way that they're acting towards, other people. So it's not really like a one-time thing. So it's kind of like two ways, or maybe like multiple ways, because it might take for this person like multiple people to come talking to them for them to stop whatever it is they were doing because it was really bad. So just give it time. Give it time. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm sorry if I talk too fast, but I literally like ranting, and this actually, I feel like I like doing it. I really do. I really do feel like I like doing it. Other things. So now we're gonna read comments. All right. So the first comment we have is, I just want to comment on the Mean Girl commentary. I believe because nursing considers a caring job, lay people put expectations on nurses, especially women. It's the same with teachers. Nurses are in a patient. The patient's friends, mother, siblings, or servant. Heavy on the servant. Heavy. I'm not gonna lie. Patients been doing the most sometimes, and I'm not even saying this in a disrespectful way, but I'm saying it as somebody who's in there and say it every day. They literally treat you as like, hey, you know what? You're serving me. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not serving you. I work for the hospital. I have a specific set of knowledge I've been hired for that I know pretty well how to do. And that's why they believe me to take care of you, and they allow me to care for you. Are you allowing me to care for you? If yes, let's have a good shift, or let me help you get better by doing whatever it is your doctor prescribe, or whatever it is your doctor wants me to do for you. But I'm helping you, but I'm not serving you. But it's pretty much the same technically. But it's just the way that they say it. I'm telling you, it's just the way that they say it. Like, hey, you're working. No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm really not. When a nurse with professional boundaries, I can see people not understanding that boundary. Yeah. In addition, this is a profession where we have to say, sorry, I can't give you a higher dose, or sorry, I will. You will have to wait. That's not a mistake. I'm busy with another task. Distantly, operations running grand because everything is here, but it from them of the chance to one thing that I'll never say is I'm busy with another patient when a patient's calling me, or the instances where I will have to say I'm busy with somebody else, or not really comment often. because one thing I do realize is it's not like me falling into their selfishness or falling into whatever it is they got going on, but I like the idea of that care centered. I'm your nurse. I'm helping you. There is a close bound or maybe a close relationship, professional relationship. And at the end of the day, you rather be home at now. You rather be at home now, but you can't, and you're not at your best. So I'm here for you. You know, the idea of like telling them like, hey, I'm busy with somebody else. Just give me time. I'm not saying that that's the way that she said or he said it. It's not something that I will never say, or that I will say maybe if I'm in the moment, but I think I'll have to apologize for it because I really don't like the way that it sounds. Like the most I'll say is, "Hey, I'm coming. Just give me 15 minutes." One thing about me is I'm really realistic when it comes to time, so I'm not gonna lie. If something is gonna take 2 hours, I'm not gonna tell like it's gonna take 3 minutes. I'm gonna tell you, "Hey, you know what? It take 2 hours or maybe more." And one thing that I'm always gonna try to do, what I try to do at least, is delegate. Even if technically I'm a PCT, like the people that I can delegate to, or you're building a lot, or just like let people do what they can do for themselves and don't try to overpower the care, I'll say. Because this idea, I had this idea where I first got my job or where I first started as a PCT. So it was like, okay, cool, so I have this specific amount of people that I'm taking care of, so I'm taking care of this people, I'm helping them to do everything. And one thing that I had to learn is, and the craziest thing is, like 2 years into the job, to let people do whatever the heck they can do for themselves. So you don't have to help this person to bathe if they can bathe. You can assist them, because at the end of the day, I have to be discharged from the hospital and do it for themselves at home, or whatever facility they're gonna go to. So you're gonna like help them to get their independence back and not try to over baby them, because what happened when you over baby them is they think that, hey, it's the norm, and when they do meet with somebody who is not babying them, so they think that, hey, it's an insult, or they're not caring, as they're not really taking care of them because they're used to being babied by you. So I'll say you just let them do whatever the heck they can do for themselves, and then you assist. Like I'll always assist. But if there's something that they can do for themselves, for example, like one thing that I've tried to do pretty recently is kind of like see how they can do other things based on stuff that I tell them to do. For example, like going down and right, I'll say, hey, can you lift your arm for me like this? So can you lift your arm? Can you do this? If they can do this, they can feed themselves. Just me. If they can do this, they can wash their face. We're gonna like start slow. We can wash your face, you can feed yourself, or I cannot feed myself because I have tumors that I understand. So, assist in making sure that you have somebody else that can assist you when it comes to you feeding. But try to find out what it is they can do for themselves, and then you assist them. What's the other one? Also, I feel like toxic people will attempt to invalidate the education or work of female profession. No, that's for sure. We'll always have like main thing like, I don't want to have a female nurse. I want to have a male nurse. We did that happen a couple times. I was about to say not a couple times. And I also had the other way around as well. Like, female saying like, I don't want any male PCT, so I want to have another PCT. So it happens to everybody, to be honest. Female more, maybe depends on maybe the locations or on the facility you're working up for, or we can close the thread because you nailed it, love. that ass. I used to feel bad for being the bad guy, but when the patients yell at you, you brown them gabapentin at 14:30, and it take get out home right at 14. IDGAF, man. How you still feel sympathy, but most patients know damn well we are understaffed and stressed. Certain meds and actions are expectations. I'm going to come to you, stop pain, ABC, urgent toilet need, but your doctor order it at 14:15, so you take up with them. That's the other thing, and that's one of the thought I'll close this video with because it's becoming really long now, and I really did not want it to be long at all. But there is the other thing when it comes to communication as well. The other thing that I want to say is communicate as much as possible. If you're gonna go in the room and you're meeting them for the first time, I do know, giving reports sometimes take long, or and people don't really want it to take long because hey, whoever it is work with them wants to go home. But I'll say it's really best practice to let them know like, hey, your plan for the night, or maybe your plan for the day. I really don't know what kind of schedule you guys have, so that you kind of like include them in the care and know what's happening, you know. So when they are expecting a specific thing, and it's not up to you, because hey, you cannot give a medication. You cannot give a medication if it was not ordered, or you cannot go in the mail rooms get something if it was not in the chart. I know it's a hospital. I know we have the meds. But I had something a little bit earlier like that a couple days ago. So I was patient calling. I was not the nurse. I'm not a nurse, by the way. So I'm always gonna say that because I'm not trying to pass as a nurse. Ca- Calling about the fact that hey, you know, he wanted a medication, but the medication was a kind of medication you can get over the counter. But it was saying his point was you can get over the counter, so it's pretty much the same as this other medication you can get over the counter, which I don't understand. But at the end of the day, you're at the hospital. Drugs needs to be prescribed by the physician, so there is different kind of orders. So it could have been like a one-time thing, or it could have been a something you have in standby, so whenever you wanted to get it. But so it's not like the nurse can get out of her way to just like go and grab it to you whenever you ask it. Well, is it something that should be happening, or is it like the ideal situation? Like, hey, you want something, you give it. Yes, but maybe the nurse doesn't know what other medication you're doing and what kind of thing this specific medication you want her to give you might do or interact with, or how this medication might interact with for the medication you're doing. So also that's one of the reasons why having somebody who's overseeing the care, like a provider, maybe a pharmacist, is always good as well. And you just, you know, give them time and be patient with them. I do know it's not an easy thing to say when you're in pain and you're literally yelling for this specific pain meds, but the thing is, it was not even ordered, or the order that it has been discontinued, and the doctor did not even call you to tell you it was discontinued, and then you're finding out when the patient is asking for it. So yeah, there is like changeable, there's like things that could be better, but that's the system we're dealing with. So I'll say I'll just be mindful and be respectful with, you know, everybody, because at the end of the day, I know you rather be at home. I'd rather be at home as well. But hey, I'm here. I came to make the buy. I came to make the money. I also care for you as well. So let's just make our life easier. So yeah. So I'll say thank you for watching this. I generally did not expect this to be long. And I think this thing is over 25 minutes, which is crazy. But hey, I like that. So I'm gonna try to do at least one video every day and be really locked in. And I don't know, I'll say react to you guys stuff whenever I can, because they're really interesting, and there's like so many things that I really want to say when it comes to me seeing random stuff popping on my tablet because it's from Reddit. And sometimes typing is like I take 2 pages to actually explain myself, but a video is really, I think a little bit better because I can fully like think about what it is I want to say in real time and then change it, or make it a little shorter, or my points can literally go straight across without any complicated language, which I really do like. So I'll say thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another one, and let's see where I'm gonna take this.